All right, I was excited when I got this box. I was. Southern Draw, Robert Holt, Sharon Holt, don't do no junk. All right, they are what I would consider a small company that just puts their heart into it. They want to let it grow organically and slowly to make sure they can maintain quality control and the signature of who they are. And I really appreciate that, and I appreciate that they take time with their blends. And I've had the Rose of Sharon series before, which was Robert's homage to his sweetheart, his wife of forever and ever, Miss Sharon. Fantastic cigar, right? But this is a little bit more exclusive. This is the Casa de Montecristo Rose of Sharon, dozen roses, and this is what really got me excited. Solomon. Solomon is a very hard Vitola to wrap because you're making a full cigar. See how it's fat down here and it's not here and it kind of tapers, and that's hard enough. But then they take in the Solomon process and they wrap an extra leaf around this bottom part, which gives you a whole experience unlike anything else. Now, the one thing that I don't care about Solomon's, and I'm going to take care of this because if I'm not reviewing it, I don't care. But if I'm on camera, especially with a lighter wrap cigar, every time I try to take my torch, whatever torch, and try to light it up, I burn up one side, and then the first inch is just awkward. It just doesn't burn right, and I have to keep working on it and touching it up. I don't like doing that for the video because, to be honest, it makes it look like that there's a burn issue with the cigar, and there's not. It's just that I'm not good enough to light that itty bitty 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 tip. So what I do is I will cut the torpedo, the top, and I don't cut it on the bias much. I just kind of cut it flat across. I know some people say that you got to cut it. I don't see much of a difference. But I'm also going to take, and I'm going to take off the little nibbit on the bottom. I'm going to make it easier for myself to smoke. And here's the thing. Aficionados would say, how dare you? How dare you defile that cigar? You know what? I'm smoking it. So, if you're smoking it and you have a hard time with it, cut it. What are they going to do? Call the tobacco police on you? Right? But as an aficionado, I should be able to light. But I don't. I'm not good at it. So I afford myself the best opportunity to enjoy the cigar. Because yes, I classify myself as a cigar reviewer, but I'm really a cigar smoker that talks to his phone in his shed in the backyard with pretty lights and a computer and a YouTube channel, which means literally nothing other than I get to spend time with you, which is awesome. So I'm gonna toast this up. See how much easier this is to toast up this way? I still burnt it just a little bit, but not bad. So this is an Ecuadorian Connecticut sun-grown. I'd be surprised it wasn't shade grown, but it's a sun grown. It's Ecuadorian Connecticut. And then it's Nicaragua binders and fillers. And you're going to have to hang out with me for just a little bit because we're going to have to get into this a little bit. Or maybe I'll just cut the camera off. Probably will. You don't need to sit there and see me smoking a cigar. You got things to do. But I'm going to smoke back because there is going to be a transition. But the thing about this... The thing about this with a Solomon Vitola exclusively is you've got this extra wrapper, and you would think that once you smoke through that extra piece, the flavor is going to really change. It is, but it's not, because what you've done is you've taken that extra piece of tobacco and you've allowed that smoke to infuse itself into the rest of the cigar. So you're actually going to get some of those subtleties and nuances as it goes back. It's not going to be as strong, but it's going to leave that lingering flavor from the first beginning of your cigar, which I really like. I have to fight myself because half of me wants to smoke through that first half first to see what the second half is, but the other half of me is like, man, I like that first half. Slow your butt down, boy. I fuss at myself a lot. I need to because I'm trouble. Yeah. But this first bit, so creamy, but not creamy boring. Not creamy, where it's just an over-creamed cup of coffee. Lots of sugar, lots of cream. It's got a sweetness to it, but I can tell that there is a depth. There is a little bit of leathers. I'm not going to say there's minerality or turned earth, but there is a darkness to it. A little bit of beefy quality. It's a weird phrase. Let me explain. You get yourself a good steak, medium rare. Baked potato, butter sour cream. Got a little juices off the steak. You get that one last bite that you saved where it's none of the edges, it's the pink in the middle. Man, it's nice and it's got that juiciness. You got a little bit of maybe a mashed potato, a little bit of mushroom, maybe a hint of gravy. You kind of swirl that all up in that one last bite. You've already drank almost all you drank because you don't want to lose that bite because you get that full beefy, meaty quality to it. And this has that. I'm not saying that it tastes like a great steak. I'm just saying that the experience in the flavors lead me to feel like that experience. So, let me smoke it back a little bit. Get back halfway. I'll come back to you. Don't go nowhere. I'm coming right back. It's a half an hour for me. It's a blip for you. So be patient. I'll be right back. All right. So, right, all the way to the band. A little bit of a burn issue, but I think some of that is me smoking it a little quick. Because I want to get back to you. I miss you. I do. So I burned the band just a little bit, and that little bit of band really changed the flavor. When I tap this off, it's probably going to be pointy, so be ready to hang me out to dry. Oh, it's not as bad. So that'll burn down a little bit real quick. Oh, I got smoke in my eye. So one of the signatures of Southern Draw, even in their Rose of Sharon line, you know, you got your Jacob's Ladder, you got your Brimstone, you got your other ones. I mean, they are full, right? They punch you in the face, and they start off easy, and they just kind of give you a hug, and then they try to choke you out. But in a way where it's imbalanced, to be honest. It isn't. I'm not going to say it's an enjoyable choking out because I'm not that guy. But I just got through that extra piece of Solomon, right? And so building up, it got heavier, it got spicier, it got pepperier, it really got aggressive. It really got aggressive. And now that it is past, the aggression is now faded, and it's still there. Like I said, the smoke goes through it. It contaminates is a bad word. It doesn't sound good, but that's what it does. It builds up in the rest of the tobacco, so you still get those hints, those nuances of flavor. So you still have your pepperiness, you still have your spiciness, but it's a lot less. And it goes back to smooth again. Really, really nice. So this is one of those cigars that, God, that's a big old ash, or big old ember. I don't like that. That's me. That's me. It's me, but I don't like when I do it. So this is a cigar that it's three different cigars. It's got multiple personalities. So the first part is smooth. The first smart part is creamy toasty, and then it gets into the raw. It's like the ride at the top of the roller coaster. It's just chilling. It's just, and then all of a sudden you look down and you're like, woo, and it runs down, and then comes back around. It does a couple spins, and you're off. And you're like, whew, let's do it again, because it keeps you engaged. It does. And one thing I know about Casa De Montecristo is that they partner themselves up with some awesome people to give you an awesome experience. And I could see why they reached out to Southern Draw to make this, and I can see why they said, hey, let's make this a little extra. because this is not like the regular Rose of Sharon. It just has a little bit more to it. And that Solomon Vitola, I believe, is the thing that just steps it up one more notch. So, do your research. Go on the computer. Type in the name. I can't tell you how to do it because YouTube would beat me up. I can't direct you towards getting anything with nicotine in it, or alcohol, or guns, or bacon. I can tell you where bacon is, but I'm not going to tell you because I want it all for myself. But do your research. Get you some, try you some. And my good friend Joe Grow works there. Real good friend. Good friend of the channel. Good friend of mine personally. If you have a place to put a comment when you make your purchase, say, hey, somebody tell Joe Grow Bob the Cigar Guy loves him. Chief does too. I love him more, but Chief loves him pretty good as well. I think Joe Grow was Chief's first ever personal interview, which was kind of cool. And Joe is awesome. His whole family's great. Star Wars and Disney, that's their whole life. So, and cigars. So, that's it. I'm going to go. I like it. Not something I smoke every day. Something I want to smoke when I'm paying attention. This would not be something I'm doing something else. This would be something when I just want to smoke a cigar and I want to feel like I smoked a cigar, and I want those transitions. Because sometimes I want something that's all the same all the way back. Sometimes I want something that I just smoke when I'm just doing something because I want to smoke a cigar. And sometimes I want the cigar to be the spotlight. This is a spotlight cigar. So, great job. Southern Draw, great job. Casa De Montecristo. Get you some, try you some. When you get one, leave me a comment. Let me know what you think, because I would love to know. I'll see you later. Later, Tater.